Welcome Earth Angels to the Sagittarius season flow. So we're going to be exploring a few more dynamic movements, but having some real fun and playfulness with them today. So all you're going to need is your mat, maybe some blocks if you'd like them available to you, and we're going to meet here in a comfortable seated position in just a second. So starting to come into a place that feels comfortable for you to sit, whether that's cross-legged or maybe with the legs tucked underneath you in hero's pose. And we're going to let the hands rest maybe down onto the lap, onto the knees, closing the eyes here, and starting to feel into this sense of gentle grounding through the sit bones. So as you feel into that base, start to notice the energy drawing up through the back body to help you find a little bit of lift through the top of the head, the whole of the spine. And as we feel into that stretch, just take a nice big inhale in through the nose and a big sigh, let the breath go, maybe even shrug the shoulders. And we'll do that 2 more times. Nice big inhale, maybe squeeze the shoulders up a little bit this time if you like. Let it go. And once more, just like this. Nice deep inhale. And letting it go. So for our practice today, we're going to be, as I say, exploring the fire sign of Sagittarius, the current season that maybe we're in. You might be practicing this outside of Sagittarius season as well. And Sagittarius is all about adventure. It's this expansive and optimistic energy. So we're going to be leaning into that fire element today, but also having a little bit of fun. So feel free to add things in and take them away as you see fit. But to kind of tune us into this optimistic energy that the season brings, I'm going to invite you to imagine that within the heart space, the center of the chest, is a soft little flame that just lingers here. And this is a flame that we are, of course, cultivating now, but perhaps we're imagining is always just softly resting there. And as we move through our practice today, you can welcome your breath, calling it in, and as you do, maybe you feel a little expansion of that flame. So that flame starts to shine a little bit brighter. And what we can do as we move is we can send this flame around areas of the body, maybe where we're focusing our breath. So just taking a moment to kind of tune into that energy, witness that little flame in your own space, your own body. And as you tune into it, maybe you even start to feel this little bit of warmth rising as well. Imagining with every breath that it's softly expanding and maybe calls back into center a little bit with every exhale. And let's see if we can move that flame. As we inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. We're going to exhale into a twist. So bringing left hand over to right knee. Your other hand can come back behind you. Maybe try not to go as far into the stretch as maybe you can. Maybe do a little bit less for a moment here. Your gaze might be towards the back shoulder, and now see where you want to send that flame. So for me, it's calling over to the left side ribs. So maybe that's where I start to focus my breath and my intention. Lovely. When you feel ready, we're going to pick up our back hand, flip the palm to the sky, and then start to draw it all the way over to the opposite knee. Little side stretch. Notice as the right hip starts to maybe lift a little bit as you do. Can you pull it back? Again, do a little bit less. And then bringing your hand to opposite knee. We're going to open into our twist to the opposite side now. So hand travels back behind you. Say maybe moving the hand a little bit inwards, finding length still through the whole of the spine. And then let's take it all the way over the top, opposite side. Lovely. And then we can lower the hand down. Again, do a little bit less, don't overextend. Keep the elbows maybe soft here. And then sweep the arms. Take a lovely big inhale up to the sky. Bringing the thumb and the little finger to meet. Let's gently lower this mudra down to the heart center. And then we're going to inhale, open up into cactus. And then close back in prayer position. Really nice. Maybe taking a soft little turn of the wrists here. We can bring our hands down, maybe slightly forward of the knees. We're going to take a seated cat-cow. So inhaling to come forward. Exhale to reverse back. Twice more like this. Inhale as you find that lift. And then exhale, drawing belly button to the spine. Once more like this. Inhaling as you rise. And then exhale, drawing back. Lovely. So throughout the whole of the year, we have 3 fire signs. So Leo, Aries, and of course Sagittarius. So Leo is that creative fire. Aries is that actionable actionable fire. And then Sagittarius is kind of the thinking fire, that expansive, as say, optimism, sense of adventure, and willingness to be curious and explore. So it's a little bit more, I would say, focused in the mind, Sagittarius energy. But we're going to transmute it into the body. So we're going to start to roll forward over the legs. Take your time to come for a moment back into tabletop, any movements you want to explore here. And then let's rise up to our first downward facing dog. Maybe walking the feet in, pedal out through the legs a little bit, whatever you need, especially if this is the first movement that you've done today. Make space for yourself to explore, very Sagittarius. And then take your time to settle. So maybe spreading the fingers wide, connecting with that core energy. Perhaps even a bend in the knees if you're feeling a little bit tired today. Everything is welcome. And then gazing forward, either stepping or jumping to forward fold. We're going to do 1 full round of sun salutations just to start to activate that inner fire even further. So when you're ready, let's bend into the knees, press into the feet, rising all the way up on an inhale. Exhale, drop hands to heart. Let's take that first round of flow. Inhale as you reach the arms to the sky. Maybe big swan dive down, opening the heart as you lower. Inhale, we come to halfway. Exhale again, we lower here. We're going to step our left leg to the back of the mat. Your choice, back knee down or lifted as we inhale, come to our crescent lunge. Exhale, flow the hands to the floor. Again, your choice, knees to meet or high plank. Send that energy forward, start to lower down through the chest. Inhale as you rise, cobra or upward facing dog. And then soften the heart, bring it all the way back. Maybe a pause in child's pose. Just welcoming the body into this shape as a place of rest wherever you need it. And then let's find downward facing dog once again. We're going to inhale from here. Start to lift your left leg to the sky. Knee comes forward, we step the foot between the hands. Inhale, coming to rise, crescent lunge. Your choice, knee down or lifted. Flow the arms back to the earth. Your choice again, high plank or both knees to the floor, step it back. Take your time to flow forward, really paying attention to all parts of the body, especially as they connect to the earth. So that sense of mindful grounding, the very foundation of any practice. And then that subtle building of fire energy. And how does it feel? So Sagittarius is like this light in the dark as we draw towards the winter months. It's a time of party and celebration. But it's also the lesson of Sagittarius to know when we're doing a little bit too much, know when we're partying a little bit too hard. So again, see today, keep checking in with yourself. When do I need to rest? What feels good? What doesn't? So from here, we've completed those cycles. Maybe you take a rest in child's pose. And then we're going to start to walk ourselves back towards seated. Maybe you shuffle down to the end of your mat. Feet to the floor, we're going to explore our bow pose. So starting perhaps with the hands behind the thighs. Begin to lower through the back body and engaging the core here. So already you might feel an activation. It might be enough for you to stay in this shape. If you want to take it one step further, you can lift the feet off of the floor. Let the arms come out to the side. Hold and breathe here. So now that you're holding in one singular shape, check in. Where is that energy being expanded? Where is it being used? Where is that light that you created at the start of your practice Where is it in the body right now? And then let your feet softly come to the floor. Maybe a little counter hug inwards, hold the knees. And if you like, we'll do it again. Maybe we'll add something in this time. So coming to find that lean, maybe you stay here. Maybe you lift the feet. You could even extend the legs straight if you're feeling into that active energy even more today. And we're going to take a little toe tap this time. So lowering one toe to the floor, swapping as you tap the big toe. Keeping that length through the spine. One more either side, and then let's meet to center. This time we're going to cross the ankles, roll all the way forward as if you're coming into your tabletop, and then we're going to meet up in downward facing dog. So send the hips high, again a little pedal if needed, gaze forward. We're going to find forward fold. Inhale, come to rise to your halfway lift, and then exhale to release. And then from here, we're going to start to slowly rise up to standing. So imagining still, there's those little magnets on the ends of the fingers. Shoulders and head come up relaxed. And when we land here, let's take a moment for stillness in our mountain pose. So as well as being fun and active, Sagittarius also has this deep sense of grounding, this philosophical nature. So almost like that wise tree standing tall. Let's find it here. And let's begin to flow. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. Leaning over to the left side, begin to pick up your right knee ahead of you. Take a moment just to explore and feel into the balance. And once you have that balance established, let's reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe start to twist towards that bent knee. Follow an inhale back up to center, and then let's bring the hands to heart center as we simultaneously send the foot back behind us, warrior three, and then find the floor with the toes coming into crescent lunge. We're going to inhale, flow the arms to the sky. Exhale, let the arms draw down by the side, tilt of the chest. Inhale to lift back to center. Exhale as you bring the arms down. Once more, inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down. Here we are. Actually going to rise once more. Inhale here, and then rain the arms down into a lunge. Maybe shuffling that back foot. Take a little lift through the heart space. And then we're going to bring this hand to the inside for a moment in our lizard pose. So ground through the hands, maybe lower your back knee. You might be enough to stay here for a breath, or you could explore coming to the forearms if you like. Always the option to roll onto the outside edge of your front foot, creating a little bit more space in the hip. And then take your time to shuffle that front foot back to center. From here, we're going to keep right hand to the floor. Inhale, extend left fingertips to the sky. Give a little wiggle to the heavens. And then bring the hand back to the inside of the foot. From here, we're going to tuck our back toe. Turn on the foot as if we're coming into warrior two with the feet, and then follow length across the spine as you reach the right fingertips to the sky. If this feels a little bit too intense, you of course do not have to lean into it. Remember what I said, do a little bit less. You could bring your forearm to rest up onto the thigh here. We're going to now connect into the edges of our feet. Bring yourself up to warrior two. Straighten the leg for a moment if it feels needed, if it feels good for your body. And then let's take our reverse warrior. So releasing the back hand, flipping through the front palm, carry the breath up and over. So maybe that light from the heart starts to move towards the front ribs now. Maybe somewhere in the hips, the pelvis. Big sip of the breath, and then let's lower down, maybe resting the forearm or coming towards the floor. Follow your breath. Inhale to rise and lift. Exhale, follow it back down. Once more, engage through the feet as you rise. From here, we're going to bring our back hand all the way to meet the other, up to the sky. Pick up the back heel, inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower through the heart space. Press into those front toes, inhale to come back up. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Step your back foot in. Any little movements that feel good here. So don't let this be a static and rigid practice. Find the fun. Lift a leg here, take a half split, bend the knees, have a shake, whatever you need. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer together, settle through the hips, so lower the bottom towards the heels, so sweep of the arms back. Inhale, let's rise to our chair pose. Settling from a moment here, can you find length from the base of the spine rising to crown of head? Catching that wave of your breath, let it be your support here. Beautiful. Take your time to lower, maybe a big flop of the arms here, letting some energy go. Lovely. And then we're going to step or jump, your choice. So you could jump back to Chaturanga, or you can step to your high plank. Coming to find your flow. Let's meet back together. Downward facing dog. Maybe an opportunity for a rest if you wish to take it. Follow the call of your body, your practice. So we're going to come to explore the other side. Kind of know where we're going a little bit more now. So maybe you find a little bit more freedom on the left side. Keeping that energy of expansion of where could I explore more from here? What's moving, what's activated within the body, all very Sagittarius themed. So if you're in your child's pose, coming back up to downward facing dog, let's flow all together. So we're going to start by coming forward into our forward fold, walking, jumping, stepping, whatever you need. Inhale, rise halfway. Hands brushing the floor, then you come to the shins or the thighs. Relax on your exhale. Slowly start to rise all the way up, finding that soft heaviness to the floor. The fire comes from within you. And then arriving up, mountain pose, shine the palms forward. Feeling the breath rising and falling, that chi, that life force prana energy moving through you. That aliveness, that sense of being. Let's focus our energy right side. We're going to inhale, bring the hands to heart center, pick up the left foot. Find your balance to start with. When you feel ready, let's lift the arms to the sky. We're going to open into twist. Beautiful. Flow to center. Hands come to heart at the same time. Let's step the leg all the way back. A moment through warrior three, and then find the floor. Settle in. Find that balance. Engage the core. Let's inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, arms flow behind us. Inhaling to rise. Exhale, send that energy back. Once more, inhale, we reach the arms up. And then let's lower the hands down into our lunge. Shine the heart forward. Bring the hands to the inside of the front foot. Come to your lizard pose. Maybe opening out through the front foot. You could lower your back knee. You can keep it lifted. Take a moment to settle here. You can even explore coming down to the forearms. Beautiful. And then lifting up the back heel, shuffling that front foot in. We're going to take our twist. So picking up the inside arm, draw the belly button, the heart round to the side. Wiggle those fingers once again, and then lower the hand inside of the foot. Turning on your back foot, almost if you're in warrior two with the feet. And then maybe flowing the left arm across the body, extending to the sky. Holding here for a breath. You're welcome to prop yourself onto that front thigh if you wish. Lovely, and then leading from the hand press into the feet. Come for a moment through warrior two. Just for a moment, take up space to explore. And then let's lower the hand, flip the front palms and bring the breath up and over. Beautiful. Follow your exhale back down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, flowing down. Inhale. From here, arm lifts, back hand joints. We come all the way around into crescent lunge. Lower the heart, sweep the arms back, press into the front toes. Inhale to flow to center. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale to rise. I've lost count, but from here, let's bring the hands down. Step to your forward fold. Little shuffle, whatever you need. Don't take it too seriously. Let's lower through the bottom. Coming up to find chair pose, settling into it. Finding that lovely length through the back body. Let your breath be your support as you hold. And fold whenever you're ready. So stepping back, let's take one last vinyasa. Maybe you come through chaturanga, maybe you come down to the knees. Inhale to lift. Exhale, let's take a rest back. Child's pose. Beautiful. So taking time to let your energy land here. A moment to let those movements settle into the body and align with your breath. We're going to explore a few more poses from here, so you're welcome to join or skip. You can skip to the end to some wind down poses, or you can come with me and explore our crow pose. So I think we're actually exploring crane pose today, but either option is viable. So we're going to start by coming up onto the toes, heels lifted. Bringing your hands to the floor, you want to spread the hands as much as possible because this is our only base to balance on. So the bigger it can be, the better. And then letting those thumbs draw a little bit inwards towards each other. Still a little gap in between, but try not to extend the arms too wide. So in line with the shoulders, ideally. From here, if you're used to practicing with the knees outside of the arms, you're very welcome to do that here. Alternatively, you can bring the knees to rest on the backs of the arms and explore that. So whichever you prefer, maybe whichever you find easiest today, just to have a little bit of fun with. So most important thing, take your time, try not to rush, trust in the process and follow your breath. So let's begin to lift the hips up. We're going to break this down into stages. So start to feel yourself bringing the weight forward into the hands and then gently pulling back to the heels. So this is kind of our step one, especially if you're new to the practice, maybe you just want to stay here today. Alternatively, you could start to bring that weight forward and then lift one foot up and then bring that energy back. Swapping side to side. So if you've explored that and you want to go a little bit further today, you could work towards coming into the full extension. Again, align the hands to the floor. Just as you would do when we were lifting, lift up through the bottom, and then this time we lift both feet at the same, well maybe one first, and then when you feel steady, other to join. Calling the big toes to meet, and then come down whenever you feel ready. Take a little sway through the hips perhaps. Let's drop down the knees and give those wrists a little shake. Well, a shake, a little wind here. Maybe stretching the arms, call one arm across the body, and then swap to the other side. Beautiful. So your choice. We can take one more core engaging exercise, or we can take a nice big flop. So if you want to flop, flop to the floor. If you want to engage the core, let's lower down slowly to the earth. And once you get there, bring the knees in, but just keep them nice and loose. A little bit of space between the legs and the chest. And almost just allowing the heaviness of the bones, the weight of the body to guide you. Maybe you take a little rock. Maybe you just stay in stillness. Say no option is better or worse than the other. And then maybe taking your time, extend the arms, extend the legs, little shake, maybe even a soft cycle through the legs. Just working out any of those kinks through the body, wherever you need to kind of release and let go. Lovely, and then let's drop the knees out to the side, finding happy baby pose. So let the knees draw down to the armpits, maybe you take hold of the feet or the ankles. Keeping that lovely length through the spine, allowing it to be your base to move from. And you might even explore extended happy baby, stretching one leg out, Pulling the heel of the other foot in and changing side to side. Beautiful. Slowly stretching the arms out to the side if you have the space, or maybe cactus. And letting the knees again drop left to right like a windscreen wiper motion. Maybe leading with that density of the muscles, the bones. What brings you back through center? And then any last poses that you wish to take here, feel free to explore before we come to find our full Shavasana position, lying to the earth. Allowing your energy to shine bright, take up space. Maybe as you rest here, you can tune back into that soft flicker that maybe now is called back to the heart. Every inhale that you take allows the light to gently grow, almost so that you can perform this kind of body scan from the crown of the head and send that energy of light all the way down to the toes. And by the time you finish this practice, maybe that light even starts to radiate around you, almost like an aura that you can shine outwardly to others. Being the beacon of light in the darkness as we come into the colder months now. Sagittarius is really that light in the dark. That flame that encourages us to keep going no matter how brightly it burns or how dimly. So dropping into your own inner sunshine and expansive energy. And when you feel ready, start to lead with a soft turn of the head side to side, bringing you back into the physical body. Maybe bringing your hands to rest on top of the heart as you summon that energy back into the center of the chest, the place of authenticity and truth. And knowing that that light is there for you to tap into whenever you need it. That soft flicker of energy, that gentle glow of passion. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sagittarius season ahead, or just a lovely rest of your day whenever you're practicing this. The light and the darkness in me honors the light and the darkness in you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this flow, please be sure to give it a like. There are plenty more flows for you to explore on my page, so don't forget to subscribe. And if you made it this far into the video, then maybe leave me either a fire emoji or the arrow emoji for Sagittarius season. Wishing you an abundant rest of your Sagittarius season ahead, or whenever you're practicing this, sending my love from this mat to yours.